Hello, and welcome to Quizzical Nature Trivia. I am Corey, and accompanying me as always is the beautiful Brian. Thank you for joining us on our second episode. That being said, our overarching theme this week is duplicates, remakes, repeats, and things in twos.
Once again, our show will be as follows. A little rat-tat-tat between your two hosts on subjects that we are strong in and in categories that we know the other is not strong in. Points will be worth 5 and 10 respectively. After that portion, we will read off some questions from the listeners, to which I will be attempting to answer.
Following that portion, we will begin our Battle of the Sexes contest between our guests Abby and Jordan, who have been gracious enough to join us. Thank you to them.
Lastly, we will wrap up the show with reading off the answer to last week's final question, as well as giving you a new final question for you to chew on over this week. Now then, let's move into the questions between the hosts.
Well then, let's begin the back and forth section of our show between your lovely hosts. To recap, we have a running score of 10-5 with Brian currently holding the lead. And remember, the first one to 50 points wins the title until the other is able to unseat the current champ.
We have prepared 10 questions apiece this week, 5 being in subjects the other is knowledgeable in, worth 5 points apiece, and 5 being in subjects we are weak in, worth 10 points apiece. Now that we have gotten that layout out of the way, let's begin. I asked the questions first this week, since Corey asked last week. So, Corey, pop culture for 10 points. Earlier this year, the Jonas Brothers reunited. Shortly after this, they went on The Late Late Show with James Corden and sang a remake of which other song of theirs? While Corey thinks, let me tell you about how the Jonas Brothers, when they reunited, they released a new single called Sucker, which after their stint on The Late Late Show, debuted at number 1 and was their first number 1 hit. And the first number 1 boy band hit since Bump 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 by B2K in 2003.
I'm going to be honest, I have absolutely no clue on the Jonas Brothers. I don't even have
You don't even have a guess? They sang their song the year 3000, but they changed it to the year 2019.
I have never heard that song.
Well, that's an interesting
You saw me on that one. Congrats. All right, baseball history for 10.
Baseball history for 10.
All right. Who has the second most doubles in Major League Baseball history with 746?
The second most doubles?
Correct.
In Major League history.
Correct. A little fun fact for you while you ponder that one is Trice Speaker holds the record for most doubles with 792, 46 more than this person in second place. Trice Speaker did it in 1912.
I'll be honest, I have no idea.
Well, would it be a little hint if I said he's not allowed in the hall?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, it is Mr. Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
Yes.
All right. So your television show, all of the episodes of the shows Friends and Scrubs share what in common? While he's thinking, I'll tell you a little story. Joey's white dog statue was originally given to Jennifer Aniston by a friend when she started acting. She lent it to the show's producer, and they liked it so much they kept it.
Is each episode named the one that?
Yes, their names are similar. In Scrubs, the name is Mai, so they start with Mai, and in Friends they say the one that.
Yep.
All
so
right.
are you awarding that one or no?
Yes, that is correct.
So the score is now 10-10.
10-10.
All right, Brian. NBA. Although Bill Russell was the first to win back-to-back MVP awards, and Steph Curry was the most recent to win back-to-back MVP awards, who is the only foreign-born player to have ever won the award back-to-back in the 04-05 and 05-06 seasons?
The only foreign. 04-05
and 05-06.
That's got to be Tim Duncan.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash! Ah!
Steve was born in Johannesburg, South Africa, but was raised in Canada and has held Canadian citizenship and played for Team Canada in the FIBA America Cup games.
Dang. Wow, that was a good one. So your next category under your 5 point for movies. In Iron Man 2, Tony Stark sees a picture of what actor being arrested for drug charges when he was younger? Is real life pictures.
Robert Downey Jr.?
No, he sees pictures of Mickey Rourke being arrested.
That fits.
That's why I put that.
Well,
yeah, because I put that in there because they've both been arrested for drug charges. Their fun fact is, according to Tom Holland, the actor who plays Spider-Man, Peter Parker was the young boy in the Iron Man mask at the Stark Expo who was saved by Iron Man.
Okay. Yeah. The more you know. All right, for another 5-pointer for you in wrestling, the WWF's first World Tag Team Championship belts were given to who in 1983?
The first?
Fun fact, the Women's Tag Team Championships were only held for 6 years in the WWF until they were abandoned in 1989 following a decline in women's tag team participants and a lack of fanfare. The WWE began their own version earlier this year with
Sasha Banks and Bayley won them in the Elimination Chamber.
But the two do not have common lineage.
Nope. The Tag Team Champions. In 83?
Correct.
I have no idea.
It would be Velvet McIntyre and Princess Victoria.
Well, that's probably why.
Figured that one would stump you.
Yes. So we'll move on to your 10-point question under music, Corey.
Oh, boy.
The 1986 song Higher Love by Stevie Winwood was recently covered by Kygo with accompanying vocals by what deceased singer?
Prince?
No, it would be Whitney Houston. Whitney had covered the song in 1990 in Japan when she was on a tour, then re-recorded it for her third studio album, but didn't release it.
The more you know again.
Yeah.
All right, a 10-point literature question for you. The Three Musketeers is a first novel in a serial by Alexandre Dumas. The novel is set between 1625 to 1628, followed by its sequel set 20 years later from 1648 to 1649. What is the name of that sequel? A little fun fact for you. Dumas' father was one of Napoleon's most famous generals, Thomas Alexander Dumas, and Dumas' works totaled over 100,000 pages and have since been the basis for over 200 films.
I have no idea.
Would it be a little bit tricky to say that the sequel set 20 years later was named 20 years after?
Was it really?
It was.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, that's how it goes.
It was a tough one, but I tried to lead you along there.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I mean, that was a 10-pointer, so
Correct.
I suppose. So we'll go back to 5 points for sports here for Corey. 7 teams have won the Super Bowl back-to-back years. Of those 7, Pittsburgh has done it twice. Name 4 of the other 6.
The Patriots.
The Patriots are correct.
The Broncos.
The Broncos are also correct. That's 2. Well, Corey thinks. In their 2 back-to-back Super Bowl wins, all the MVPs were players the Steelers had originally drafted. Franco Harris, Lynn Swann, and Terry Bradshaw twice.
Well, no, it's not the Vikings.
That's rude. You didn't need to do that. Just because you're thinking.
The Packers.
The Packers definitely did
1
it.
and 2, yeah.
So he has 3. He needs 1 more. There are 6. So he has 3 others to choose from.
San Fran.
San Fran is the other one.
All right, so the score now is 15-10, with the real champ taking the lead here. All right, let's go into 5 points for superheroes. Billy Batson, / the original Captain Marvel, has his original sidekick named Freddie Freeman, who takes the moniker Captain Marvel Jr. Captain Marvel's second sidekick turns out to be his sister. What is her name? A little fun fact, Captain Marvel was not seen for over a 30-year period when Fawcett Comics went under due to the legal battles with DC over the copyright infringement of Captain Marvel's likeness to Superman. But he then made a comeback after DC bought the rights to the Marvel family in 1979.
I want to say it's Miss Marvel, but I think that's wrong and a little too on the nose.
That is incorrect.
Well,
Mary Marvel.
Oof, that's a tough question. All right, we'll move on to your 10-pointer.
Oh boy.
Under video games. Mario Kart 64 was the second installment in the Mario Kart series. While the number of drivers stayed the same in Mario Kart 64, 2 drivers were replaced. Donkey Kong replaced Donkey Kong Jr., and Wario replaced which driver?
From the original?
From the original, yep. A little fun fact. In the Japanese version of Super Mario Kart, Peach and Bowser guzzle champagne when they win. In the US version, they did not allow drinking to be depicted.
I believe it's Koopa.
It is Koopa Troopa.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Thank you, Ted, for continuing to make me play the SNES version and always killing me in that.
So that's 25-10 now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Feel like Corey made these hard, so I didn't get them.
Well, going ahead in your video games question along the same lines, worth 5 points. In a world of sequels and prequels that are often faced with the question of which is better, we will focus on which sold better. Mario Party first appeared for the N64 in 1998, and Mario Party 2 came out 1 year later. Which game had higher sales?
Mario Party 2.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Fun fact, the first 3 games were produced for N64, with the following 3 made for the GameCube, but only 1 was made for the DS. Yet the DS had the highest sales of all of the Mario Party franchise thus far.
I was going to say, there's a new one coming out for the Switch.
The Switch, yeah. The Switch
well,
one has
out?
already come out for the
Yeah.
Switch, and it's already 3/4 of the way to the DS sales.
Yeah.
So
That's not surprising that
it probably will pass.
Yeah, it's not surprising that DS sold better because you have a handheld system.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to your classic rock question.
All right.
Bad Company was originally released in 1974 by the band Bad Company. Five Finger Death Punch covered the song in which year?
Which year?
Yep.
I want to say it was when we were in college. I think we were sophomores.
I mean, that's not very descriptive for me, but okay.
Fair enough. When I went to college, I want to say 2011.
Ooh, so close. It was 2010.
2010? Yeah, it was between my two.
While the original song by Bad Company did not chart in America, the remake by Five Finger Death Punch reached number 7 on the rock charts and number 2 on the mainstream rock charts.
All right, well, let's keep this in the lyrics and music kind of feel. Your 5-point question. According to the Billboard Top 100, Usher gained his first number 1 album in 2004 with Confessions. The album spawned 4 number 1 hits with Yeah, Burn, My Boo, and which other song? While he ponders this one, Yeah and Burn combined to stay at the number 1 spot for 20 weeks, and the album Confessions ranked number 2 on the Billboard Top 200s for the all-decade albums rankings for the 2000s.
You want to give me those songs again real quick?
Yeah, Burn, My Boo, and which other song?
It's got to be Confessions. Confessions Part 2.
Correct, there you go.
Confessions Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll give you that one. Alright, that brings us to 25-15.
Alright, so we'll move on to your miscellaneous sports category for 10 points.
Oh boy.
The California Golden Bears are back-to-back national champions and have won 33 championships, including 28 national championships in what 19th century English sport?